Joining us is Clay Seigle. He is Senior Fellow for Energy Security at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, also an analyst with extensive ship and tanker expertise as well. Listen, they jammed up, apparently, Clay, you tell me if I'm wrong, some of the signals on these ships, which pretty much operate like airplanes at this point, meaning it's kind of computers running the show. Two ships colliding. It's happened before. It will happen again. But the timing is hard to miss at this point.
Hey, Brian and Kelly, it's good to be with you. You know, the timing is really auspicious because naturally people are concerned about ratcheting up tensions between Iran and Israel and potentially with the United States and even other players in the Persian Gulf area. And to your point, right, 85 oil tankers, something like 20 million barrels a day of oil, if you count crude and products, moving through the Strait of Hormuz, getting that oil to market. And it's all quite vulnerable. And apparently what happened yesterday with the collision was not a direct result of the fighting. It was related to a navigational error. But it's a heck of a coincidence that a lot of operators in that region were reporting what looked like jamming of navigation GPS signals at the very time that these tensions are ratcheting up, that people are worried about a rising risk profile for oil and gas shipping out of the region. So on a good day, we already have navigational problems. Oh, and then there's the added issue of one of them was apparently part of the shadow tanker fleet, which is being used around the world to try to evade sanctions. Those don't have the same spec as tankers in the legit market. So they're older, they're more prone to oil spills if there's a collision. They're often crewed by less competent personnel. So we need to worry about the confluence of these risk factors coming together in this very hot spot for global energy supplies.
And maybe we can show the intraday of WTI crude, which is up 4% right now, Clay. Obviously, people are a little bit nervous about what may be taking place with Iran at the moment. So can you talk a little bit down the road about this? I mean, what are some of the scenarios based on what the U.S. chooses to do or not do here? Bring it all back home to the price of oil and gasoline.
Sure. Well, traders are always evaluating the risk of a supply disruption in terms of how much volume could be taken off and how long it's liable to last. But I've spent most of my career looking at the probability of energy supply disruptions. And I have to tell you, if you told me Iran would be in what looks to lay eyes like a full-scale war, and we'd only be up to the mid-70s in terms of benchmark oil prices, at face value, I would be surprised. But, you know, if you peel back the onions, it kind of makes sense. You guys are used to the market psychology of FOMO, but the prevailing sentiment in the oil market is, oh no, the oil halt never occurs. And I'm not sure that the traders are completely wrong with that sentiment. You've had years of Mideast upheaval with no material supply disruption, maybe a little bit in Libya from time to time, but not really in the Gulf. Demand is really slowing down around the world. We have a new indication from the International Energy Agency about that pattern today. Saudi Arabia and Iran, before this at least, getting along much better than in future years. And the most recent anecdote where we had a blow-up, which was in 2022, when Russia launched its full invasion of Ukraine. As you know, we skyrocketed up to triple-digit prices, $5 a gallon gasoline, on the fear that Russian oil would be coming off the market. Turned out, relatively speaking, at least volumetrically, to be nothing.
I think what you're saying